Me and Mad Dog. Arlie Wanderdale, who teaches music once a week at our school, though Ma says he's no teacher at all, just a local song plugger. Arlie Wanderdale asked if I'd like to play a piano solo in the Palace Theater on Wednesday night. I grinned, pleased to be asked, and said that'd be all right. I didn't know if Ma would let me. She's an old mule on the subject of my schooling. She says, "You stay home on weeknights, Billy Joe," and mostly that's what I do. But Arlie Wanderdale said, "The management asked me to bring them talent, Billy Joe, and I thought of you." Even before Mad Dog Craddock? I wondered. "You and Mad Dog," Arlie Wanderdale said. Darn that blue-eyed boy with his fine face and his smooth voice, twice as good as a plowboy has any right to be. If she says he has a fine face, what do you think she thinks about him?
She likes him.
She thinks he's cute, right?
Wait, oh.
I suspected Mad Dog had come first to Arlie Wanderdale's mind, but I didn't get too riled. Not so riled I couldn't say yes. January 1934.
I thought you meant the teacher that was cute.
Permission to play. Sometimes when Ma is busy in the kitchen or scrubbing or doing wash, I can ask her something in such a way I annoy her just enough to get an answer, but not so much I get a no. That's a way I found of gaining what I want, by catching Ma off guard, especially when I'm after permission to play piano. Right out asking her is no good. She always gets testy about me playing, even though she's the one who truly taught me. Anyway, this time I caught her in the slow stirring of biscuits, her mind on other things. Maybe the baby growing inside her? I don't know. But anyhow, she was distracted enough. I was determined enough. This time, I got just what I wanted. Permission to play at the Palace. January 1934. On stage. When I point my fingers at the keys, the music springs straight out of me. Right hand, playing notes sharp as tongues, telling stories while the smooth, buttery rhythms back me up on the left. Folks sway in the palace aisles, grinning and stomping, out of breath. And the rest, eyes shining, fingers snapping, feet tapping. It's the best I've ever felt, playing hot piano, sizzling with Mad Dog, swinging with the Black Mesa Boys, or on my own. Crazy, pestering the keys. That is heaven. How supremely heaven playing piano can be. January 1934. Birthday for FDR. Who's FDR? Anybody know?
Baby? Federal something.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Yep. I played so well on Wednesday night, Arlie put his arm across my shoulder. He asked me to come and perform at the President's birthday ball. Ma can't say no to this one. It's for President Roosevelt. Not that Mr. Roosevelt will actually be there, but the money collected at the ball, along with balls all over the country, will go in the President's name to the Warm Springs Foundation, where Mr. Roosevelt stayed once when he was sick. Someday, I plan to play for President Franklin Delano Roosevelt himself. Maybe I'll go all the way to the White House in Washington, D.C. In the meantime, it's pretty nice, Arlie asking me to play twice for Joyce City. January 1934. All right, last one. Not too much to ask. We haven't had a good crop in 3 years. Not since the bounty of 31. What does it mean by bounty?
It's like if you get something really good, like if you're chasing someone.
Right, like and it says that it's talking about a crop. So that crop in 31 was it was a good crop. And so they haven't had a good crop since 1931. And what year is it?
1934.
34. And we're all whittled down to the bone these days, even Ma with her new round belly. But still, when the committee came asking, Ma donated 3 jars of applesauce and some cured pork, and a feed sack nightie she'd sewn for our coming baby. February 1934. So think about that. Any of your little brothers and sisters, when you were babies or whatever, you got clothes bought from the store, right? So how they made their babies' clothes, they had feed sacks that the animals' feed come in. Have you ever seen like a feed sack? It's like it's kind of rough feeling, and they would make little like nightgowns out of them for kids.
That sounds horrible.
It does sound horrible. Okay,